Hello everyone, my name is Jason and welcome to the Abyss Garage. And this is my 1973 Harley Davidson Shovelhead project. So a few months ago I decided that I wanted to build myself a period style-esque chopper. And what better way of doing that than with a Harley Davidson Big Twin. Now, ideally I would have loved to have done this with a panhead or a generator style shovel head, but that just wasn't in the budget. Those engines and bikes, they are expensive if you're a noob in this world like me. So 73 shovelhead it was. Now, ideally, I would have preferred to find a running and riding bike, something I could hear, feel, make sure everything was good. Now, that just didn't happen to work out. Either the bike wasn't good or the owner just didn't seem to work out. Either they didn't know what they had, was naive or arrogant. And that's a lot about buying vehicles in general, is it has to feel right with you. And those bikes didn't feel right with me. This one did. The owner itself, actually this was like a pass down bike, if you'll say, if that's the right choice of words. The original owner just never finished it, and the other person just didn't have time. So this bike itself, to me, seemed like a good bike. It had good bones itself. The engine was rebuilt by apparently the same guy that would build Billy Lane's engines when he was in Florida. I have no way of confirming that, but going off of the information I had, I would tend to believe that. The bike spins over, the engine spins over, has good compression, so I can tell everything's working. Inside the piston, looking through the spark plug hole, it looks brand new. Like it probably doesn't even have a heat cycle on it. And it came with a ton of extra parts. So for me, I looked at that and said, well, I can go ahead and either use other parts of that came with the bike. If I want to change something, it has the parts to put everything together, gives me some options, and or I have a bunch of parts that I can sell, and then from there I can take that money and either reinvest it into the bike, or I can put that money back into the bank, so that way I can just have it if I need it for something else. So this video, I'm going to be going over all the parts that I got and showing you guys like a base of what's out there for a project that you guys may run into. And now you guys can see why I decided to pull the trigger on this bike and get it. Ton of parts. And we're going to start over here. Actually, we'll start up there. Up there in the corner, I have probably a dozen cables I have up top, whether it's throttle, idle, clutch, you name it, it's up there just to try and get it out of the way. There's a primary gasket that was in the pile. I decided to get that off the floor, and we'll start here. Now this is the fender I plan on running. It's a Ford spare tire cover I got from the guys at Iron Trap Garage, so that's what I would like to run. Now it came with these two flat style fenders, one really wide and a narrow one. Let's see here, we got 4 other Harley rear fenders. This is a hinge style, still basically brand new, just with some surface rust. And 4 front fenders. Sissy bar, we have 35mm forks. I got a pair of triple trees to match. Headlights, I got 3 different oil tanks, a chrome horseshoe on, which is nice. I got brand new tombstone taillight and another taillight in there. I can't remember the name. It's going to drive me nuts. I believe a Lucas style light is what they call it. We have more headlights and taillights in there, battery cover, risers, wheel spacers, a brand new unlaced wheel, clutch parts, some riser clamps in there. We'll go over here. Bunch of gaskets, extra gaskets in here, base gaskets, rocker box gaskets, extra pair of rocker boxes themselves, rocker arms in here, a couple tacks, and even with key switch, the bracket itself, a Corbin Gentry seat, king and queen, which is nice, has a couple tears but still usable. More clutch parts, original style clutch. We have a stock starter, miscellaneous foot pegs, more clutch parts, some sprockets, shocks, brake master cylinders, levers, more clutch parts, brake lines, drag pipes, which are nice. I like those, plan on running those for sure, for certain. More foot pegs. We have pedal brackets. Let's see, hub, spokes, another set of wide glide triple trees, more belts, S&S Super E carburetor, a couple coils, more cables, and then this guy. This was something that drew my attention in the photos when I was looking at this bike. Now this is a Shovelhead inner and outer primary. However, it has that look of a, say, knuckle or panhead bike, so give a older style vibe. I really like this. I'm not sure if I'm planning on running it on this bike, but I think this is definitely a keeper for down the road. Push rod tubes, more foot pedal brackets. List goes on, but this is why I decided to go with this bike. Ton of parts. And there is the introduction to the 73 Shovelhead Chopper project. Now, I didn't want to bore you guys showing you every nut and bolt, foot peg, gasket. There's no need for that. But I did want to show you what you can get when you buy someone else's unfinished project. So in the upcoming videos, what I'm going to be doing is getting this bike ready to fire, so that way I can hear it run and then take my next steps as far as frame modification, and starting the process of building a period style chopper. If you guys like this content, let me know down below. How would you build it? Would you say leave it short suspension with little rake, ape hangers, say like an Indian Larry style bike? Or are you going for a more 70s style chopper where you are extending the forks and not raking it in the neck, but just extending the forks up to lift it? What kind of bars you guys running or would like to run? I'd like to hear in the comments down below. Until next time, guys, take care.